Hello everyone. So today we will learn about aminocentesis. Aminocentesis is a procedure which performed usually in the beginning of pregnancy, and the main purpose is to detect chromosomal abnormalities in the fetus. And this procedure is usually done when a woman is between 16 to 22 weeks pregnant. Now let's talk about amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid has cells that the skin of the developing baby has shed, as well as his or her waste products. Each cell from the baby in the fluid contains their complete set of DNA. And by analyzing these cells, doctor assess the fetus health and detect any potential problem. Now the question is raised here, that is, what can be detected through an aminocentesis? Nearly all chromosome disorders, including Down syndrome and sex abnormalities. Several hundred genetic disorders such as cystic fibrosis and sickle cell anemia. Neural defects such as spina bifida. And aminocentesis is only way to obtain information about fetal lung maturity. In order to understand an aminocentesis, it is important to know about certain parts of the body and how they work. What is procedure of aminocentesis? So firstly, under guidance of ultrasound, a sterile needle is inserted through abdominal wall into amniotic sac, and small amount of amniotic fluid is withdrawn through the needle. And then amniotic fluid contains fetal cells which separated from amniotic fluid and then cultured. Tests are then performed on cultured cells, that is chemical analysis, DNA analysis, and chromosomal analysis. After this procedure, doctor advised the patient to rest for 24 hours, no strenuous work or exercise for 72 hours, no air travel for 72 hours, and seek urgent medical attention if feeling shivery and high fever for 38 degrees Celsius or above. And then there are two different types of tests will be performed. One is the rapid test and other is the full karyotype test. And the rapid test looks for abnormalities on specific chromosomes and identify a number of chromosomal conditions which can cause physical and mental abnormalities. And this test is only test for the three conditions, that is Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, and Patau's syndrome. Now, full karyotype test. Each cell in body contains 23 pairs of chromosomes. A full karyotype checks all of these. Cells in the sample of amniotic fluid are grown for up to 10 days in laboratory before being examined under a microscope to check for number of chromosomes and the appearance of chromosomes. Result from full karyotype will usually be ready in 2 or 3 weeks. Then result after aminocentesis, the sample of amniotic fluid is sent to a lab for analysis. and result usually take 10 days to 3 weeks depending on lab. It takes long time to get results because the cell have to grow in the lab in order to analyze them. For genetic tests, certain chromosomes and genes are analyzed, and for chemical tests, proteins, minerals, and other compounds in amniotic fluid are analyzed. The result of aminocentesis will either be positive or negative. And the complications of aminocentesis is miscarriage, clubfoot, rhesus disease, infection, injury, and injury can be caused by the needle. Now the uses of aminocentesis. So aminocentesis is a prenatal test which can diagnose certain birth defects and genetic conditions in your baby. It is used for fetal lung testing or diagnosing of fetal infection and paternity testing. DNA can be collected from fetus that can be compared to DNA from the potential father. Aminocentesis is not appropriate for everyone. However, your healthcare provider might discourage aminocentesis. If you have an infection such as HIV, AIDS, hepatitis B or C, then this infection can be transferred to your baby during aminocentesis process. And tests that carried out, these are alpha fetoprotein, bilirubin determination, chromosome analysis, color, lecithin and sphingomyelin ratio. आई होप आपको इजली समझ आएगा ये टॉपिक. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.